Hey guys, we're gonna do a walk around on this 300 SEL 6.3. Sorry about the 18-wheeler idling behind me. He will not leave me alone. He actually could be mad at me for shooting this car in his territory. I'm not sure, but he's bigger than me, so I can't do anything. All right, so let's start at the front. So first things first, this car has been repainted. Obviously, you can see it in a few of the photos. For some reason, the camera makes it look a lot worse than it does with the human eye. I've had that happen a few times. I'm not sure if it's how the metallic was laid when it got painted, but it looks pretty dang uniform in person. So if a lot of panels look mismatched, it's really hard to see that with the human eye, and I say that as a complete paint nerd. So I mean, that said, the paint job's really good. There's a couple spots where it looks a little splotchy, but that's really my only complaint. It's a beautiful super 70s color. This is a California car. This would have looked insane in period in California. But let's start with the front. So bright work, all the chrome is in really nice shape. Headlights also really nice. So that's a Sylvania halogen. That's a GE unit. I think that is actually original. That obviously I don't believe it is original. I mean, there might be some 109 guys out there that know more about the car than me that, you know, screaming at their TV right now saying, oh, you're wrong. So I could be wrong. But got the nice brushed aluminum wipers there, the arms, and then you got the black kind of modern style wiper blades. But you can get kind of original style wiper blades. That's no problem to source. But no dings, and there's a couple rock chips there. You'll get some. You see some more there, but nothing hateful. No door dings that I could really see. The car is pretty straight. Yeah, it looks really nice. I'm not seeing anything. If I see anything, I will point it out. So it's really hard to shoot in my camera, but we do have a lot of original glass. Yeah, those are really hard to spot, but hopefully they pick up with the GoPro. It's all the Security glass. We'll go to the other side. Yep. Some more original glass. There we are. That one's pretty worn off right there, but it's all there. We got some Michelin, what are these? Rainforest MX4s. These are pretty old. And they're getting a little close to the wear bars in the fronts. And same with the rears. I photographed them. You'll be able to see the tread. It's getting there. Got a little split in the paint right here. So the owner of this car told me to pretty much say it how I see it. The car could really use a clay bar and a polish. It would look really good. But good. Save the inside for next. All the handles are in really nice shape. All the body lines are nice too. They're pretty straight. All the window seals are good. There's no staining on the back carpets here. And all the bright work's really nice. When the car sits inside, I don't know if it leaks or not, but it's a slip top as well. 6.3 badge. There's a little imperfection in the paint right there. And the trunk is, yeah, you can kind of see the splotchiness in the trunk. That's kind of the worst offender. Interesting, I've never really noticed that the L had a kind of a a space there. I mean, that looks like an original badge. It's really cool. I have one of those sitting on my shelf at home. I've never noticed that. I'm gonna have to take a look when I get back home, just out of curiosity. So there's the trunk. You have a Becker Silverstone 6-disc CD changer, which is really cool. I think newer Mercedes got these. I mean newer as in, like, you know, 20, 25, 30 years old from today, which is 2024. But you have your jack there, tire cover. There's a tire underneath here. Yeah, the carpet's all really nice. See if I can pull these up. I don't want to. Yeah, we'll get undersides. It's all good, but nice shut. And there's your original sticker in there, and that's where you put your gas in. Let's go inside. The cabin's one of my favorite things. So first of all, with these doors, you really don't need to give these a lot of force. They shut really easily. And the inside, oh boy, I love these things. So again, you'll have some chipping in veneer here. This is all still available, and there's people that can fix those. So that's no biggie. It's a little expensive. Anything with this car is expensive, so whoever's buying it should be aware of that. But hey, you got a little bit of water intrusion came in there, but overall the wood's really nice. It's kind of a blonde color. It's really pretty. But yeah, there's your clock. Kind of a very modern gauge cluster as well. And it's a speaker cover. Got a Becker Mexico here with some wood veneer face plating, which is cool. There's your AC. But the leather, the seats have been redone. I'm gonna say that's GAHH. It looks and feels like it, because it looks like brand new OEM. Then you have these absolute cinder blocks for armrests. You got your floor shifter. I believe all 6.3s got floor shifters, but it just feels really high quality. This tiny acrylic ball on top it's just so satisfying to use. But oh, here comes the truck. Excuse the audio. So we have our pinned headliner. These never really go bad, and you don't really see any water intrusion or staining on it, which is nice. Door panels are in nice shape. The wood, that wood looks very original. Okay, truck's not coming yet, but he's gonna come. Hopefully he doesn't yell at me, but. All right, here's the door panel here. Everyone has an ashtray because it's the 70s. If you were cool, you had one of these, and if you were cool, you smoked. And then, you know, got lung cancer and died later on, which is not so cool. Regardless. More ashtrays. So, long wheelbase. I'm not very leggy. I'm pretty normal. I'm 5'11", and that's a lot of space. That I could pull the seat up more if I were to be driving it, which I will be. But got a lot of legroom. You can actually extend out pretty nicely. Carpets are really nice. It smells good in here. It really does. I don't smell anything funky or weird. No water. It just smells like a W108, 109, which smells like I don't know, kind of like an old bookstore, old leather, and a little bit of a barn because horsehair seat padding. But it's home, so. So my first, I got kind of background with these cars. My uncle has a 6.3 that he bought in the 90s, and my dad had a 6.3, and that was actually my first car ride as a human being. I got driven to my mom got driven to the hospital while in labor with me, and I got driven back home from the hospital in one of these. So this is my first car I ever drove in as a person. So here's the M100 power plant. So this looks like it's all in really good shape. These in disrepair will absolutely bankrupt anyone. Unless, you know, you're like Jay Leno, who has like a 300,000 mile car. He doesn't care. But, I mean, that thing's been driven. These like to be driven, and they stay healthier when they're driven. So this is, I mean, that's a freaking valve cover. It's, I think those are sand cast aluminum, if I remember correctly. But it's all just industrial grade stuff. These cars are just really intense. So there's your air pump, which works as suspension. Then there's the, I guess you call it the valve block. It's your brake fluid reservoir, brake booster, windshield wiper motor, all your fuses and relays. I mean, you get the nice plating still on there. This does have electronic ignition. So this is a points system in here. The points, you know, will wear over time and it will cause an absolute headache. They're really hard to get right. You don't, also, there's not a lot of people know how to work on these things anymore, especially point systems. So this is in use. I've seen a lot of 108s, 109s with this system in use, and it's pretty much OEM plus. And I had it in my 280 SE 4.5 and it worked wonderfully. But regardless, got a new battery September of 24. That was probably put in like earlier this week. But I mean, I just love steering. This is one of my favorite engines of all time. So right in the middle there's your mechanical fuel injection, I guess distributor pump. It's a really old school system. I mean, it looks industrial. The Germans use it on their Messerschmitt Me-109 fighters and other V-12 airplanes in World War II. So again, it just lends itself to its industrial nature, and also there's a motorsporting nature with these cars. I know everyone knows the story of them. It was, you know, the red pig, and you know, when that's just the development of these cars from really early AMG, but they've got like chrome molle, piston rings, forged internals, oil coolers. And yeah, obviously it's a motorsport heritage behind it too. They raced in Lugano Seca, they raced at Spa, obviously, where they took second place. It's a really special engine. You could argue it's not really a homologation engine, but it does have a lot of motorsports history to it. But anyways, you can read all that stuff out. There's tons of videos on YouTube about it, but we'll kind of go over just the condition of stuff. But we'll do I'm gonna get this up on the lift and take some undersides, and I'm gonna be driving it another day. I'm losing some light, and oh my god, here, but that trucker comes over here. But there's a walk around on this 6.3. It's a really nice car. It's got really good bones, and really, when you buy these cars, you want to start with something that works and has all the wood and interior is done, and you know, you'll have a couple things to take care of here and there. You don't want to start with the basket case, because it will financially ruin anyone, especially if you don't know how to work on these. So there it is. We're gonna go get it up in the air and take some pictures. You know what? I forgot to point out in the video, the only bit of rust I've seen from up top is this corner right here. So, but otherwise it's a really nice sorted car. This needs a couple little things, and I say that sincerely. And this will be a really good driver. All right, let's put up on the lift. All right, welcome to the underside of the car. Since this is, you know, kind of a different beast, I'm gonna shoot a quick video underneath here. But yeah, we have solid metal under here. We got a newer fuel tank as well. I'm assuming that's a Dansk unit. These cars like to rot here, but it looks really nice underneath. So I know a lot of the 109/M100 guys are gonna know more about these cars than I do. I'm familiar enough, but I'm by no means an expert. So, yeah, we have no rust in the wheel wells. It looks really nice. There's your rear swing axle with a little bit slip diff in it. And it's actually pretty dry considering. Got your boot there, which is nice. I know when those split, you have to use that staple kit to get those kind of fixed. Got a valve block right there for the air suspension. But yeah, I mean, got like bushings. They're a little worn there. There's your airbags there. Exteriors have some splitting on them. Cool, let's head down the car. But your exhaust is in really nice shape. And you have the polished tips on it too. The car sounds really quiet when it's on. I guess your drive shaft bearing right there. I mean, the floor pans are really nice. They're not all rotten out or anything. We'll go to this side here. No, it's actually really pleasant underneath. There's your 4-speed automatic transmission. I mean, it's a little wet, but like it's not like dripping. So there's your plate right there. Your big old torque converter. Pitman arm going to the steering box. We've got nice tie rods. We have a nice center drag link. All looks new. Steering dampers nice and new. Oh, that is strange right there. Look at that. And there's another airbag right there. We're gonna put new brake hoses on it, but again, fenders are nice and clean. There's no corrosion or rust. Super pleasant car underneath. So the one issue is we do have an oil leak only when it runs. It's running down the back of the engine. The M100 guys will probably know exactly what that is. It's a pretty common issue on these cars. But here's your stamped steel lower control arm. Look at that thing. It's like tank armor. These are awesome. There's your airbag right there. Got it looks like a newer ATE brake caliper. Hey, shocked it's not wet. You can kind of see the engine right there, exhaust manifold, spark plugs. Your belts look really good. I don't see any cracks. So I got a newer cooler line. And this is kind of the worst airbag right here. And another newer ATE brake caliper. And then your absolutely gigantic, hang on, let me put my hand next to it just to show the scale of this thing. That is a big oil filter housing. Everything on this car is industrial grade. It's awesome. And there's underneath. Cool, well, that's kind of a quick tour on the underside. Hopefully that kind of helps. It's kind of like a pre-purchase inspection by someone who knows Mercedes and is kind of familiar with these, but you know, I'm by no means an expert. There's not a lot of experts out there. But there we are. Hey guys, we're gonna go take this very pleasant 6.3 out for a drive. Cool, well, windshield wipers work, and car cranks right up. It is ice cold right now, so that's a cold start. Alright, so I got my girlfriend in the car here. Her name's Megan. She's also a Mercedes enthusiast and multiple time AMG owner. So this is her first 6.3 ride, which is really exciting. This is the car I got taken home in the hospital in when my mom had me. I think we're gonna go left today. Try to see if that's closed. There we go. That's good.
There we go.
Cool. So we've got a little bit of a wind noise from there, but it was just slightly open. But these do articulate and work. So yeah, we're just gonna cruise here at 50 miles an hour. Alright, so far, I mean, there's nothing standing out to me as being incorrect as far as how it drives. It brakes very nicely. The brake pedal is linear. It's got some, yeah, it's very grabby, very mechanical. Lots of torque. We're gonna get some engine temperature before we get on it, obviously, but we're just gonna cruise in the meantime. Steering wheel is also in very good condition. So what are your thoughts? Do you have any thoughts?
I mean, it's pleasant.
Yeah, so we had a 280 SE 4.5. That was a 1972, so this is familiar enough, but this car is way more power. I do see the attack is not working, but that's okay. There's a couple things wrong on this one, but I mean, it's got really good bones, which is where you wanna start with. There is a lot of torque on this engine. But yeah, steering's very direct. I don't feel, I mean, the air suspension's nice, it's taut, it has that kind of famous light bounce to it, which is, it's very pleasant, it's very supple. I mean, it drives like a modern car with all that old car you know, appearance and the good smell in here. This has a really nice leather smell. You smell a little bit of gasoline. It's good. This is what a 109 should smell like. It's got all this new leather. You can smell that too. It's a very mechanical car, but it's also very comfortable, and the ride's excellent. Cool, we're probably gonna flip around here. So those are rumble strips, and the way the suspension absorbs the vibrations is insane. It idles very nicely too. Takeoff is very smooth. These 4-speed transmissions have very snappy shifts, which is one of the reasons why they went to the 3-speed in later models. They're very, very buttery smooth. The blinker indents they work. It holds the blinker when you press it down. We're gonna flip around here. Turning radius is gonna be very tight. God, it scoots. The first gear. Yeah, the transmissions, it's very snappy in the gears. I quite like it. I guess a lot of people in period didn't, but I like the mechanical snappiness to it. Mercedes transmissions, they kind of, you know, bang into gear. They have up until pretty much the 722.6, and I've always been, you know, a fan of the 722.3. You know, these transmissions, and I like the way they engage. It is engaging. Alright, we're starting to get some oil temp. I'll give it a little bit of a squeeze of throttle. We're going to go down into third here. Yep, changes gears really nicely. Yeah, for a car from 1970, it absolutely moves. We'll slow down here for a second. Again, I do want to show off the engine. That is kind of the centerpiece of this vehicle. Cool, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here though. This is a very nice driving car. I'm actually really surprised by how decent it is. These are really hard to get dialed in and correct. This is a nice one. But if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. You can comment on the YouTube video as well, and I'll get back to you. I'll be more, a little bit more engagement on the auction, obviously. So I'll have that linked in the YouTube video. But anyways, thanks for watching. We're gonna call it there, and happy bidding. This is a very, very pleasant example. And again, the most important thing about these 6.3s when you buy them is they have good bones, and the majority of things work, and they have nice interiors. All of that is very expensive to get right, and this car is pretty dialed in, other than the unfortunate oil leak underneath the hood, which I pointed out in the Underside video. But okay, guys, thanks for watching. And stay tuned and keep an eye on the auction. This will be a fun one.
It's very smooth. It feels almost modern. It smells. Whoa. Maybe don't do that when you have no seatbelts.
I wasn't expecting that to happen. Little fucking hoss. Dude, that thing wanted to absolutely come around. That is awesome.